This training video describes the student assessment experience for Literably's spelling, vocabulary, and reading comprehension assessments. In an earlier training video, we discussed the different ways that teachers and students can log into Literably, depending on your district or school's chosen rostering method. Students can either log in through Clever or ClassLink single sign-on, or directly from Literably's login page. Please refer to one of the rostering videos if you need to review how students should log into Literably. Students can use a variety of devices to assess in Literably, including laptops, desktops, Chromebooks, or iPads. On computers, we recommend that students use the Chrome browser, and on the iPad, we recommend that students use the Literably iPad app, which needs to be pre-installed. If this is not an option, they can also use the Safari or Chrome app on the iPad. When students enter the assessment, they will likely see an assessment choice menu. First, let's take a look at spelling. When students click Start to enter the assessment, they will hear our friendly mascot Rudy the dog give a series of instructions. Students should listen carefully to these instructions.
Hi, I'm Rudy. We are going to play some spelling games. Here's how the game works. I will say a word and then I will use that word in a sentence. You will then use the keyboard on the screen or on your device to spell out the word. When you are done spelling the word, click the green button to move to the next question. Let's practice together. The word is dog. I took my dog for a walk. Spell dog. Now we are going to spell dog using the keyboard. Watch me. Now click the green button to move to the next question. Use the keyboard on your screen or on your device to spell out the word. Gap. There is a gap in the fence. Spell gap.
So after hearing these instructions, students will be presented with the questions in the assessment. Students should listen carefully to Rudy's prompts and input their answers when Rudy is done talking. For spelling, students can either use the keyboard on the screen or the actual keyboard on their devices to spell the word. To have Rudy repeat the prompt, students can press the question mark above his head.
Gap. There is a gap in the fence. Spell gap.
After students have typed their answer, they will press the green arrow to submit.
Paw. The kitten paw was tiny and furry. Spell paw.
Students cannot go back to previous questions after submitting. Now we're going to log out and take a look at the vocabulary assessment. When students enter the vocabulary assessment, they will hear a series of instructions from Rudy the dog. Depending on the grade level of the student, they may receive 2 to 3 types of vocabulary questions. The first type of question is picture matching, where students need to select the picture that best matches the word. The second type of question is synonym, where students need to select the word most similar in meaning to the target word. Finally, students may receive fill-in-the-blank questions that require selecting the word that best completes the sentence. For each type of question, Rudy will describe the task and provide an example before presenting the questions to the student. All questions are multiple choice, and students can use the blue speaker buttons to have the target word and answer choices read out loud to them. Students will press the green arrow to submit their answers, and they cannot go back to previous questions after submitting. Finally, let's take a look at reading comprehension. In this assessment, students will be asked to read 4 passages, 2 fiction and 2 nonfiction. After reading each passage silently, students will answer 6 multiple choice questions, using the green arrow to submit their answers. Students can use the blue speaker buttons to have the questions and answer choices read aloud.
What is the tundra like in the spring?
They can also click on Return to Story to refer to the text. Students can go back to previous questions for each text by clicking on the question number, but once they've moved on to the next text, they will not be able to return to previous texts. For spelling, vocabulary, and reading comprehension, the progress bar at the top of the screen shows how many questions remain. Students can pause the assessment and resume where they left off. After answering all the questions in the assessment, students will be logged out. These assessments are graded right away, and you should see the results fairly quickly on your teacher dashboard. Now that you have seen how students take the spelling, vocabulary, and reading comprehension assessments, you can move on to the next training video on interpreting results. We also recommend checking out the Using the Demo Student training video to see how you can demo the assessment process for your students.